Hi, everyone. Kind of going to be a little bit different than, I've had this channel for close to a month Monday. So today's Sunday, and next I was just doing my daily offering to, and I was standing in the door frame of my room, of my ritual room, my temple, and I was thinking, yeah, I'm happy with my life and where it's going, and I'm very grateful to being able to do that and all that. Very, very happy about that, and very happy with my life right now. So this is my mother's passing 2 months, and the reason I put that is because it's been exactly 2 months since she's went to a better place or a not better place, depending on. Say she's at DOA Records, so say she's at DOA Records. So it was an emotional mess when I did my video. I put on Facebook Live. I was an emotional mess. It hurt deep in my recesses of my soul that she was gone, even though I have a stable relationship, and it had a lot to do with the fact that I was going through this period of, I don't really care about my health anymore. I had this heart attack, and so I don't anymore, and all that stuff. And when she passed away, I really didn't have this kind of like, I don't know. It was different than when Grandma passed away. It was definitely different than my aunt passed away. I had been away from my aunt for so long that I really didn't feel anything when she passed away. But I was kind of like, my view. My grandmother passed away was, oh, well, she's not hooked up to that oxygen tank anymore, because my aunt liked to smoke near it, and that really, really pissed me. Sorry. And it kind of was really weird that she passed away, and I was suddenly this independent person. And I was this kind of like this really hurtful place, if you get what I'm talking about. I was in that really kind of like, oh, what are we going to do now? How are we going to live without our relative? I loved her, and I'm grateful for the donations and stuff. I really appreciate it. But it was kind of a way. I had a much different perspective of things. um, than I had, about a week or 2 weeks after that. Um, so I really did have a different perspective of life in general, and I was very grateful to still be alive. Very grateful that that mother did not have to go through that. And I was kind of thinking, um, when COVID-19 finally arrived in Kentucky, and I hate to break to you guys, but my brother told me last night that a driver for a TARC 10 came down with COVID-19. So my prayers are with his family, or her family, or his family. It it's real. Um, and it's just it hits you. It kind of like, it puts everything in perspective. And I look at like reports of like people, um people dying alone, or the only time they can see their loved one before their death is through FaceTime on Facebook. And it's kind of surreal, where I was fortunate enough to where When mother passed away, I could be in the room with her, and there could be a chaplain with her. And I may not follow the Christian religion, but I did feel comfort in knowing that a chaplain came in and a chaplain was there for her, and it really comforted me as a human being. Um, but yeah, so I was very, very grateful for that. But I really thought about my own personal health and the vow that I made on my mother's deathbed that I was not going to end up. Um, I was not going to end up about 4 days ago. And one of the things I started taking about 4 days ago, it's mirrored. This is Yarby's Natural Elderberry Immune Support, and it has vitamin C, D, zinc, and I take about 3 of these a day. And my brother takes them too. So, but I went ahead and bought 2 more bottles of it. These to not take more than 3, because they really. I can see why they are popular in England. England has a long history of using elderberry. So yeah, so I've been eating that, and I've been drinking a lot more orange juice. I really believe that for right now, I'm not sick, is because the fact is I'm taking that. In fact, do you want to go home early? I say, okay, I leave, I come home, I stay home. Go out, I don't do any of that type of stuff. If I can get it delivered, I'll get it delivered. So I don't go out, and I don't mingle, because I am worried that I'll come down with it. Though my worry is not on the same level as my brother's. My brother's dying alone, and that's what he is really fearful of, which I don't blame him one bit. So it's kind of surreal to live in a state that 11 states, it might be down to 10, I don't know, have not done stay-at-home orders. Stay-at-home work and proof that it works. Oh, hi. But I am living proof that stay-at-home orders work. I haven't gotten COVID-19. I'm healthy. The elderberries definitely help surroundings, being aware of what people are doing. I was going to work, and there was maybe like 2 people on the bus, and it was the bus driver, and it was someone else sitting way in the back of the bus. And then it's like we get like almost to my bus stop that I'm close to, and like 3 people get on there, and this one woman was absolutely terrified because people were not seeing each other. They were sitting like behind each other, and she was absolutely terrified that they had the disease. Ended up like standing through the entire trip. Thankfully, she got off in like 2 bus stops. But that fear, you could see that she was absolutely terrified that one of the people had it. But TARP, that's only. So basically what's going on is you don't have, and you really have to be aware of when the buses arrive. Like, I take the 7 night and day difference. People that are taking social distancing, people that are taking stay at home, you don't see them on the bus. If they, like Kroger's, they have a delivery service. You can have your food delivered. And I've been using Grubhub, and I used DoorDash today to get Burger King delivered, so my brother could go to work and wouldn't stomach. And I told the guy, I said, I want to say this because you probably don't hear it, or you probably don't full, and I appreciate what you do. And he was so happy to hear that. what the heck he's doing out here. He's going out here. He might come down with COVID-19 because he's delivering food. I don't do. I did have self quarantine. I would actually be like, so I would actually have the guy come around, go up the steps, keep the food, put the food down, and then I would open it up and just, his hands. He's kind of like feeling, where's my food at? Where's my food at? Where's my food? I would do that. But I'm an introvert. I stand being inside for long periods of time without going cuckoo. And somebody asked me, how in the world are you surviving being at home? Next week, I'm off for 4 days. I'm I work Friday and Saturday, and I'm off on Sunday because Sunday's Easter, and I didn't really. But I work tomorrow 8:30 to 3, and if I go home early, which I probably will go home early, I'm going straight home. Which I probably will go home early, I'm going straight home. But yeah, so for me, it's like I've got stuff to do. I can play Skyrim, and I'm happy. But team has really pushed me out of the grieving process because I see experiencing, and I say to myself, I'm so blessed that I was able to be in the room with Mother, able to cheek, I kissed her on the little nose, and came to Kentucky. It blew me out of. I was like, what the fuck? People dying alone. People FaceTime on Facebook way they can talk to their loved ones. And I'm saying, fuck, I had it easy. My mama, I'm so glad my mama didn't come down with COVID-19, and it would have hurt so much more that way. And then, I saw a video of people hoarding, people buying, like, this woman bought all this. Okay, I'm getting a deep freezer, people. I'm getting a deep freezer. But I sure as heck not going to get all this food. So, my Helen, the seller in Greece, saying that my Hades, my demo this week coming up, ordering Zeus, Athena, and Hermes. And iron from supplements will help you. Yeah, this is what I'm taking, Angel. Zabriz. This has real elderberry in it. This stuff tastes good. I love it. I actually do. I was told it's going to take at least a week, maybe a week and a half, before I really start feeling the effects of the supplements. So I'll definitely give you guys an update when that happens. But yeah, so, you have to do stuff. Like, I made my very first cloth face mask. Good that you're keeping safe. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate your kind words. It is stressful. It is stressful so much because, like, I got a text from my coworkers who's a manager in training asking if I could work on Thursday. No, I'm not working on Thursday. I'm off on Thursday. So, my point of view is you should have asked for it 3 weeks ago. You should have said, hey, I need this day off, and you would have gotten it. I think ahead. When I see the sign says, oh, you got to get a hold of us 3 weeks in advance to get the day off, I put it down. I mean, everybody knows I need the 5th off for me time and being inside myself, and they let me have it. So I'm just going to make it like a daily, like a monthly thing. Like every 5th of the month, I'm going to go off and do something. But for right now, what I'm doing right now is making this video, and I'm going to go out and I'll go over there and play Skyrim and everything. I spent like $40 on the game, and my brother plays it. He loves the game. So he plays it, and he's going to give me tips and stuff like that on on, beating the levels and all that type of stuff. So I'm really happy about that. But tomorrow and Tuesday he has it off, and not tomorrow and Tuesday. Tomorrow and Sunday he has it off. So he's going to stay inside all day, and he's going to snack on sandwiches and peanut butter sandwiches and peanut butter jelly sandwiches, meat sandwiches, stuff like that. Yeah. So early this morning, about 12:30, I actually ordered my groceries, and I actually had to add rubber bands to it because I need to get that thread through that needle. Ugh, it's a nightmare. I sit here and like doing this, and I don't know if somebody made a mistake in the factory when they made these needles, but the eye is super, super little, and I'm doing this. I'm kind of like crossing my eyes, and it's kind of like, what the heck? Like, I'm going to walk into work, and my manager's like, are you cross-eyed today? I'm like, I don't know. I can't say nothing on the side. But it just seems like to me, like everyone becomes this expert on the coronavirus. I was paying for my stuff, and apparently the assistant supervisor thought that her pay rate included giving me advice. And she's like, oh, those cloth stuff ain't gonna work. You need a non-surgical mask for it to work. Like, oh my Lord, please get me out of this place. I was like, no, please don't give me advice. I already read the article. It says cotton works good too. So, I mean, but it's really makes us watching this video like 4 times. This is Surgeon General of the United States of America. I know he's a Trump appointee, but still, he was showing how to make a cloth mask in like 45 seconds, which was really cool. He used rubber bands. He like put it on his face. He looked like I don't know what he looked like, a knight in that thing. I was like, yay! I mean, now it's armor. So I'm actually going to make one, and then he said when you get it home, throw it in the washer, which I'm going to do. But yeah, so everyone's giving advice. And then it's like, then it's like, are you essential? My hat says I am. And so it's like, yeah. So I'm staying inside, and I'm doing great. Like I said, I'm introvert. This is my area. This is my forte. I enjoy being by myself. I really do. Though I like coming on here and doing videos and making contact with people and everything, and getting wonderful comments from Angel Tisha UK. So thank you so much for your comments and everything. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so I got a bill a couple days ago from the funeral home saying basically we finally serviced your loved one, and that's sicko lingo for we cremated your mother. So I called him up because I had questions about payment, like how am I supposed to get payment to you during COVID-19, and he said just you can just stick it through the slot, and we'll process it and all that type of stuff. I'm going to actually go not this week. I'm going to actually wait until I hear from Stephen's friend that the $795 has been saved up, and I'm actually going to go onto Amazon and order an urn, and then when I go to deliver the money order, I'm going to hand him the urn. I'm going to put gloves on. Have my face mask on, but put my gloves on and hand the urn and say, here. And just just have the material put in, and then I said, just call me up when it's done, and I'll come back and pick up the urn. And I'm actually going to put my mother's urn on my Hades altar, on my Hades shrine. I found a table that would be, because the urn's going to be pretty heavy, but they're going to put it in a bag, and they're going to, basically what they're going to do is they're going to put it back in the box it comes in, which is padded. and he says we put it in a bag and we put there is a label on it saying, warning, human remains, and so it just kind of weird. This COVID-19 is over with, and I'm sitting in the bus, and some guy wants me to get. Sorry, I can't move my mom. I just want to see the look on the face of that person when they hear what. I know I'm sick. I'm a sick person, but I just want to have a good laugh. We need to laugh. We need to laugh about stuff. We stop being old, moody. So currently is going on my Hades shrine, and I'm going to find a Persephone statue and put her on there as well, and yeah, so it'll be great, and everything. So yeah, and then when we move, I'm just going to put the urn back into this little padded box, and it will actually be the first thing that will actually go out of the apartment, and then I'll put it next to Crystal. Yeah, I'll put a little note on it that says "Don't open." But I'm just gonna get kicked out. She says, "What's in the box?" I don't know. I know I'm sick. But yeah, so it's like so when we move, hopefully we'll move in June. Hopefully we'll move in June. I'm going to go and I'm going to basically put my statues in last. So when the thing is opened, I grab them first. The tables, and those will be grabbed next. And so I will do that. But yeah, that is my plans. I've been hearing I might understand and everything. Stopped it. It's a sign from the divine. Stop drinking it. I really stopped drinking it. It's so flat right now. Reminds me of when my soda pop gets. But yeah, so let's see what else. Yeah, I've been watching this video on Facebook called "I like seniors smile." It's ES people, and the gods really have this really strange way. What I was doing, my Hellenism is going on great. I'm going to order some tables this week. Instead of buying two packs of tables that it's from the same company that made, and that's going to be my Hades shrine, and that next to my Hecate one. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, and then when my Zeus and Athena and Hermes comes in, I'll just use the round table that I've been using for my Athena shrine for my Hermes, and the second table will be Zeus, and Zeus will actually go over there. And that's what I'll have on that. And then sorry my net cut out. Hey, no problem. I've had it happen before. Don't worry about it. I'm not upset. I think I don't know what's wrong with the internet. I think the internet to go wonky. But yeah, 2-pack of tables because 2-pack of tables because I want to put have Hephaestus have his own shrine, but I will we're going to move everything to the U-Haul hopefully in June. The first ones to come out. Well, take it back, the second, third thing to come out. the first ones to come out. Well, take it back, the second, third thing to come out. Yeah, so because I'm off today, I will be doing the because my brother was at home and I'm not sure, something like that. So that's why you're going to get it later on. I chose this subject is because the theater is very much. That will be later on tomorrow. Generally, I'm off on this week. I was working on Monday, and so tomorrow I work. So if I'm let out, and everything, and definitely freshen up after being around these of people. Wash my face mask that I made, and after I eat something, I'll sit down and I will do the video about Dionysos and the play. I did buy 2 boxes of non. One of my coworkers got onto me for buying it, and this is my point of view: is they're not in. Can't buy N95 masks off of Amazon. They recommend cloth masks, but out, like when I go to work, I'll wear them. But I'm not doing it to deprive the medical professionals of their masks and let me have one of her masks. I didn't ask for it, but you get shamed for it. You get shamed by people. It's wrong. I was raised that if somebody gives you something, accept it. I'm not going to abandon how I was raised, but you get shamed for it. You get shamed for it. A couple weeks ago, that got mad because he got mad because wearing these masks, and I'm like, well, because it's their right to wear the mask. Those are not the N95 masks. That's all I care about. I don't know. It's of everything. My own personal belief is a byproduct of everything. But this governor of this, I don't even remember the state. He wants to reopen the beaches, and this is fighting against them because they know what's going to happen. They know that the coronavirus is going to come with these beaches. There's a lot of Americans that believe that their individual rights are being violated and all this type of stuff. And so they don't want to do it. They don't want to practice social distancing because they don't want their rights that are like being loaded up in the back of refinery used to haul produce. I mean, seriously, these people lost the ultimate right to live, and these people lost the ultimate right to live, and you're complaining about, oh, I can't go to the beach this summer. I wanted to go fishing this summer. I planned that I was going to take a week off and go fishing and have fun and all this type of stuff. And then, of course, COVID-19 comes along. And do that until Governor Beshear takes away the lockdown order, the stay-at-home order, which I'm not against. My brother voted independent for some unknown reason. I think it's because he's anti-Democrat and anti-Bevin. So, Bill Beshear won, and seems like, well, guess what? I'll vote for him when he goes up for re-election. I'm like, cool. This whole COVID-19 thing, it just puts, like I said, puts everything in perspective. You know what they're going through. You know that they're going through a bad time. Found out that the former captain of that ship, they got fired, tested positive for COVID-19. I'm doing, I'm going to be, my statues arrive. I spray them, I disinfect them. I'm really careful, especially when I get to like the ones with little bitty loose parts. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I'm also eating a lot more yogurt than I did before. Get this, I actually have to defrost my carrots. Bizarre. Loving your statues, by the way. I'm loving them too. The thing is, when we move into the apartment, I'm going to have to figure out like what have all of these little shrines. So my brother was like, well, the rooms are like literally happy about. And I'm kind of like, he's like, well, it doesn't really matter. Me personally, balcony on it, I'm taking that bedroom. I'm taking that bedroom because I want to go out there and I want to have it. Once this COVID stuff calms down, more statues, as there are some I am wanting to get, but some of them are from Greece. Yeah, I agree. All the statues I bought are from Greece. The I think what happens when they ship stuff, they disinfect it. I had gotten a piece of paper from, I had gotten some hand sanitizer, and there was actually a little note in there saying that the seller has tested negative for COVID-19. So that was good, and they also use stuff now with chemicals. So yeah, I mean, there's always this. I think people. I discovered that the virus actually stays on boxes for 24 hours, and the statues I'm getting from Greece, they're arriving the 20th, and the reason that they are most likely. Um, oh, okay. The message underneath my bookmarked items are saying currently unavailable, so just means they're not at the moment. Yeah, that's probably either that or they are just sold out of them. Um, yeah, so they stay on the boxes for like 24 hours, and so if you get packages after that, they're good. But mine is just like I get it the 20th. They've already been shipped. I get mine the 20th. And I'm really looking forward to getting them. I really am. And then, like I said, this week coming up, I'm Athena and Hermes. Once again, same seller, and I've had no problem with I've had no problem with getting stuff from him because his shop is closed. That 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 the only thing he can do is ship. But but when we move into the apartment, I'm going to I'm going to room and see, okay, how many shrines can I put into my room. I am going to miss having my own room, have my stuff, but when you move out of here and into a smaller unit, set shrines up in the living room, and I also am going to buy a Hestia statue. Not actually going to get it from here in the United States, if possible, and that will actually Hestia statue after I move to the new place. I am, however, handle from the Hellenic Handmaiden probably this week, and she is actually going to stay in her box, the move, and then when we move, I'll just set up a little mini shrine to Hestia in the kitchen. But so I'm pretty excited about moving. I'm pretty excited about not having to let me see what else. Yeah, so what I'll be owing is going to be the new bill. Nothing reoccurring charges or anything, which I'm really happy about. I'm just happy about that. That sucked. I think it just took something big happening to knock me out of that. I mean, yeah, I miss my mama and I from Build-A-Bear, and somehow I can no longer find her. I have to do a damn freaking scavenger hunt trying to find her. She's cute. You know, I love it to death. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to like get into it and get and read. So I am going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And Angel, I do hope that you get your statues. I'm pretty sure that when the around. Thanks for watching, and I will have that sacrifice of the Helios up in probably the next 25, 30 minutes. So until then, bye and be blessed.